And I must say, my show.
Almost $300 million.
So the show has come to stay. Mummy na yesu. Na yentiche mo man. Na wonso oni nipa.
E da na Ghana for dia. Enye BP dia. Enye NDC dia. Enye obi bia dia.
Pesa kufa. Because what to niamam and affecting all this. Fuel prices now what they buy.
Yeah, I just NDC for car be kwa for Ghana card akwaje ndai ni bi kama nasa.
Mene wo ka say ya ye kan. Ye no nya se ya te den say e kina titi pa se kina. NDC for wo be kwa for da bi. Wo ni ben kan. Me na me kan draw.
Mo pese mo hwe susu a mo ko Facebook na Instagram ni YouTube ni Twitch and News TV Anchor FM
Yechia Ghana Funeral. My show is your show because a Ghana enti and a show that will be my show. And that will be yase.
Suzuza. Arise for Ghana, of patron of the land, for weather and seek your future, development our God, from vision to victory, the NDC shall lead, able democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity, from vision to victory, the NDC shall lead, able democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity. Ejo bana Victory is our land. Victory is our land. JJ is a winner. Arise for Ghana, of the truck of the land. Power and secure future, development our goal. From vision to victory, the NDC shall lead. Stable democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity. From vision to victory, the NDC shall lead. Stable democrat, Ghana, our strength in unity. From vision to victory, the NDC shall lead. Stable democrat.
Ghana for and then anniversary Yema Obi Biara Ajo. Yema mo good evening. At the bar my show. Jumadi I today Ghana News TV. The NDC Power. Wednesday Bia Yade Ebremono. 2021 Abechum. 2022 Yem first show me anymore eba beyenye. Enti mema mo nyina happy new year. Happy new year. Mo share ewo Germany, mo share wo Spain, mo share wo Italy. Mo share Norway, mo share one. All the European countries, Today Ghana News TV, satellite TV. So yɛma mo nyinaa akwaba. Mo a motie yɛwɔ Anchor FM Germany. Mo nyinaa yɛma mo Happy New Year. Mo a mo share yɛwɔ Ghana on the various social media platform, YouTube, Facebook, and all other handles. No nyinaa no yɛma obi bia Happy New Year. Makwaba. The MyShow 2022 edition. Na yɛda mo asese mo show ye mu previously. Na sabre so mo da so eso ye mu. Yɛbɛda na the National Communication Bureau ayi wasame jamfi ɛda no. Yɛbɛda mo ase sɛ mo da so kɔ ye mu. The National Chairman of the NDC Aboya Chidom the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC Aboya Chidom the bia ho is the year this MyShow yi ɛbɛbrɛ mo. Said ye beya and yama hodoa ekoso wo memu a de bia na ka kyerɛ mo sɛ no kwasɛm no sɛ amammo we ya ye wo akufo ado ne ba omia de brɛ ye no ho kwasɛm adi amo no kore wo mu bia no e bedoso nsɛm ni mu enti ye de mpanifo a wo mu ni mu de ɛbɛba na 2022 no ye new your friend is saying edition kra na specs a ye de ɛbrɛ mo no you will love it. So we will urge everybody say continue to watch my show, the NDCR, which comes your way every Wednesday 7 p.m. And then on a special. And we was special guest. Yes, we was special guest. I know, sir. Well, the publication already. The special guest is one of the finest NDC has. Oboduma job day ground. We call across the country, baby, we ne ho adwuma ye no the sense no agi babia obia ebo ne din obia ebo ne samrane awo ne dwuma oye ewo NDC mu na no ye hwe issues a aba ne titru ebi ne NDC mu youth wing ne ho nsam ana imprenya ye nyina ye begye di se ye wura kufo do ne ba omia de adekese bi o how kese bi beto Ghana for ye friend E11 sa E11 no senyame ani afofie ne ye gitumu a ensunsanso be na de be Ghana for ne titru Ghana mabunufo enti sa nkomoyi ene ye ba betwetwe ne ne enti wo mese just a seconds of it crampa obehwere. Now, my special guest is no other person than the National Youth Organizer of the NDC, in the person of lawyer George Opare Ado. Dodona Ebonemrane, the Pablo Project. The Pablo Project, you know, and you may bet who do are now named your friend Pablo Project, you know, and then Yamiadon. Yenya lawyer George Opare Ado ewo afidie no so enti yebema lawyer George Opare Ado etie for monti ase se ade ba ko amani age na nwumre ne se yene mo kase ya lawyer every National Executive Committee meeting first meeting upon ya ena oni yen eba be show enti mo ne background na nkyese bia apayo upon national meeting ba say sa show ye huhia no it is what kam was what trotro mu kra of a show no enti mu hu bia lawyer wa odi ye show na montenase ye lawyer ye be ma wa pa ba e de aba MyShow NDC hour e Today Ghana News TV so
Hello.
yeah lawyer ye ma wa pa ba
Hello.
yeah council but what mean ka say lawyer homa no atiti but ye nim say producer ebehwe na wa connect e de amaye wa connect de amaye lawyer
Many of them are Peter and that's saying.
commander mpacho nyame adom ye ho ye pa na so
Mr. Mehoye. My mama for shopper.
yeah afi encometo ye pa we de edi kan ye beda se MyShow NDC your tones afra wo wagye brɛ wo busy schedules no nyina akyi no wagye brɛ sɛ wo ne yɛn ɛbɛyɛ adwumadie ɛnɛ yi na yɛbɛdi kan abusa wo sɛ na wayɛ mmabunu baanodafoɔ ɛwɔ NDC mu no anyanya bia NDC mu te sɛn na NDC mmabunu nso ho ɛte sɛn.
Didi kan ma me fa kwanya iso na ntia omo hwe yen e wo mafidie iso na me fa kwanya iso na me nda mu nyina ase na me ma Ghana this year, especially Ghana mebunu nyina afishapa am say mo sure yams afi and na didi kan mo as I resume show if I'm not mistaken. Na o question out there am say NDC mu di asomdwe wo mu emebunu bebia sabe your national chairman are currently or the leader of the party, a general secretary, your immediate past flag bearer, and then your former president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and Yamiya Doma, best signed in Ababi, you know. Obina, I am to trade bring ya, something Menoka say, party na Twesima, yeah, outreach. Yeah, then I'm raging Slimu, Menoka say, Crabinum, that's so greater Accra, Omuguso, Juma. Nina, your quiet first, a Kenya, and party, though. I share. They be yet ready for your internal processes. They be new national constituency and regional executives all the way to the branch. Inti me no can say the NDC ni mo de. Asumdwe wo mu pa na ya crowd also say you be see a kind you be here adwuma den na 2024. That's when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama I come back to the Flagstaff House. Now rots ne mess na Kufuado. Kosia o create Ghana man. Ya tutu ne me ye ne asiesie no. Na Ghana afa into my efra.
Lawyer, yabeda so na obi bebusa sɛ na asɛ yɛwura 2022 mu February na sisi a yɛwura mu no na NDC internally no yɛnte hwee sɛ yɛhu sɛ before the omo timetable abeto so mbɛyɛ elections ne ade ba sɛ bi mu ɛwɔ adwenkyerɛ bi sa sɛ NDC mu ya slow kakra na mabunu no so no omo hu Kenya eno no lawyer over Canada commander
Well because you na who nim send ya organize a political party.
Okay.
The whole of last year, they are different regional retreats. The assessment of the various regions, constituencies, polling stations, as to why you now results say baby winning, baby losing. They are different inspection, you know. You share the various regional hours. Am I reading now the more reports by constituency? Be answered the more report by ever report say on normal finding my course constituencies. You are setting up strategic committee almost a review reports. Yes, you reports now. You started January and you started regional outreach. And then what I say, you 14 regions. I can't assume in Eastern region. You so the political party be our strategy different. Obi biara party ba man pe bia nim say afia you better about branch executives. Now you say constituency executives. Ni ababe regional executives. Now you ababe national executives. Now say nyame pa you do be see Frank na do be Frank 24 amaye into the main elections in 2024. Apart from Benin, so now if you started issuing of new ID cards, recomposite in various polling in various registers no for the internal elections no. You know, so ABI and timetable in found two just say ABI Bosumi ye branch elections, Bosumi ye regional elections, Bosumi ye constituency elections. That doesn't mean say you may be a encoso party anymore. You may be also Kosubia no Eguswa air coso. No be a party ni say afibia no after elections be these are the processes we go through and we are within time. So a 2 months notice for almost all the various categories of elections. A branch elections usually notice about 2 months. When the committee have sat down, guidelines in the area. And I can say there is a committee that is working on all that. The guidelines about the 2 no more. And then we'll give the time frames until we'll start with our branch elections like we always do. The branch executives in the area. The next phase is to move up and elect the constituency executives. The constituency executives now. I so by October of this year, dear. Now you national elections, national officers between October and November. And then first week in January of first week in February 2022, dear. I so would have elected our flag bearer. Until we are within time. Until let nobody sit anywhere and assume that nothing is happening in the NDC. The most important thing is the reorganization. Reorganization now, and then the outreach now, reconstitute the various polling stations, registers now. They be used to their internal processes now, and all those processes are ongoing. And I can assure the good people of this country is that we'll have an election machine that is ready to win power in 2024 by the end of this year.
Commander, that's your but a quick follow-up on that. You say the last one platform will be because I'm sorry, outrage because recently you say there has been a national outrage. Selected teams are various regions, Benophobi, Koma, and Chechebi. Among wanted the content of the current outrage now, Ecosmo. Mete say, boss, so a party card, because na some more party card that na dear na mo ba be. Is there something different? Was Obama a Melbourne and a second and 43 and what is the difference between the current card and Mosimu old one? I was a Melbourne Biadin.
There is no major difference between the two cards. But current card now was system, expire in 2021. We are 2022. Until we old card I expire. Cards expire, you renew cards no. It's the process is not yet true. We are not issuing and we are not doing new registration. You issue new ID cards for Obibiaro old card. No, we are renewing their old cards and I am more new cards. You're saying introducing a new biometric card and not yet digital card, a plastic card. And no. You can go online, fill the forms, and then put in your old ID card number. If at the back end, number verifier say then the card is issued for you. So we are not going through any new registration. If there are new members since I'm about joining a party. So after this phase of renewing old ID cards, now I expire.
It's not just if I understand you.
We'll register the new members now. Almost issue new ID cards, but the current process is a renewal of old ID cards. No, old ID card. No, that ID card currently has expired. Expired in 2021. So we are issuing new ID cards. It's your plastic ones, no, which is 20 cedis, and that paper one now, cardboard, and new cedis, which is also 2 cedis. And on the back expire in 2026. That is the processes we are going through as part of the outreach now, education, and I sensitize your base, and I share the true state of our party at the branch level. Into outreach now, we meet all branch executives. Now you TMO at first hand, retreat, you constituencies. Sabe only nipa na juma. I was say ebrebiano utimi ko now kosre nipa no. Now uti no the problems are or what was no. Branch on the polling station, the ballot boxes here to Abano. And that is the exercise we are undertaking. So that's maybe a senator crema won't put no or a hotochima. If you do branch on that problem, be on no more. Quesietimi, Quabana Kami, near no Martinas, near Sinquina, near CSC Semono. And that is exactly what we are doing. Because we want to build a strong, formidable branch, a bit me a call forward to win elections for us in 2024.
Fantastic. Eti commander not just a metiwasi ye pa. Sa card ye no. Existing members na omuwo party card dadana party card na guno. Na ye renew amomo. But obia opesa samre obedom.
Me patro no an sabe pepe next year.
Me da se pa. Intina is obia opesa obedom party ni bi se sie bia onya abotransa.
But the network need drop it, okay,
sorry. It's not ya me patch and say obia opesa obenya NDC part a card the full bia se sia ne de on train na yen enrolling existing members na ansana omoaba. Yeah. Commander, I hope so. Okay, the amateur.
There be having a 2 years. I know the first one, the man.
Okay, now me say 80. I say Commander na homa no network no hakakra, but we are hoping say Commander betre ye biem ti na chese de o chere yeah outreach check membership card biometric any omo be use paper card no, but the Commander ne say na chese sisi a obia ne aye ne da opese obe join NDC no a opese onya card no on train kakra na you rolling up as it Nivea, they are starting new registration for one person.
My bachelor Sape penalty. Yeah, first process here by the end of February. They may read the issuance and renewal of all the old ID cards. No? And then the next phase of the exercise, new members now it may take you in time. Near virtual, near register, no one so no your issue cards and more. But for now, there a renewal of old ID cards, no. And then if I see satisfy old members, new answer. As an new members now, about joining Amanyuku NDC, no.
Okay. And Commander San be call you the day no. Why a Melbourne another 4 year? 2024 yi Sambre I see preparation said you no. And she say ya be na what you go akwamu ade ga. Just say, oh, say you cut on a way, and I pray and they are near to a bar. In the NDC, I a crowd. Say, you bebo Juma, and you did to me a free. Homan Penia Kufuado, and Dada for Kunina, and some Amagana for your found it.
So, Amanyuku are not yet going into the elections from a government. I'm running near Wabema near 106 seats. The Wabema you lose the elections are in 106 seats after the 2016 elections. Now nobody gave us a dog's chance. Now you run 2024, 2020 elections, Muno. It's me claiming 137 seats. It's me saying elected Speaker of Parliament. I can't honor. Clearly the dance there say NDC, and I can tell you that in Nema, you did to before the 2020 elections. No, you improve upon that, and I can also assure the good people and say, crowd, say whatever it takes, and with the support of our flag bearer, our national chairman, our general secretary, BBBRLCA, BRLCA, training LCA, mobilization LCA, and the strategies I see the go acquaint now, you mean discuss it on TV and radio, no. Yeah. The requisite training I was here, the my youth organizers, no, the kind of mobilization, the hope, any aspiration. I was here, the more aspiring young people are go up on here, or clamor for change, you know. BBBRLCA, we are honest, and I can assure you that. And then I can say about the youth wing of the NDC is ever ready and ever prepared. Say we'll go the extra mile and make sure that they deliver resounding victory for the NDC in almost all the polling stations across the country.
Fantastic. We are Bennett Kunadu Yadom. Also, good evening, Commander. Some of us appreciate the work you did prior to the 2020 election as manifested in the outcome. You prepared the grounds for a better result in 2024. Greetings from South Africa. We are Bennett Kunadu Yadom. Or South Africa. Na oka ejuma so a we ya eboama yetimi call your name Priscilla Nyako eso hwe won Hamburg wo Germany ono so say your boy djuma na just a commander amount for a follow adwuma we ye na ye besen abasa nkomo ye be bia sa youth wing honom nkomo no kakra na for now no I want us to zoom into the main topic for the day because of your time in commander sisi no Commander. Yes, said the number back to the yes, Metongapa Commander. Yeah, Baba back to the youth wing issues. No, by straight to the main topic for the day. No, yes, I back. Dear Cecilia, a war on man ɛho ntiwasew adɔɔso wɔ baabi afa baabi a yɛka ɛyɛ e-levy ebi mo si baomia tax ebi mo si atutubotom tax ebi mo si den edi bebree ne ɛde ama no aban ne se wɔ hia sika na wɔde yɛ mpuntu nnwuma ahodoɔ bebie nnwuma mamba bunu ne ade enti ne saa ne nti no wɔde e-levy ɛna ɛba sɛ ɔbɛgyegye yɛ mumu tax commander nyenye bia de adi kan no sa e-levy nankasa no wo yɛ mmeranimfoɔ no hu ne sɛ ɛyɛ ade a ɛho hia ma ɔman ne sisi ana de adi kan
de di kan ma menka ensi so sɛ NDC amanyɔkuo no enko entia ɛtoɔ sɛ yɛ Social Democratic Party a yɛgyidi sɛ yɛde toɔ ɛna hyehyɛ ɛkyekyere ɔman so ɔman bɛyɛ yie a yɛde toɔ ɛna ɛbɛgye saa aman no asi hɔ na yɛyie nti ɛn deɛ yɛwɔ gyidie sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtua ɛtoɔ na yɛn problem ɛne yɛn challenge a yɛwɔ ɛwɔ e-levy ne ho ne sɛ yɛnim ɛtoɔ pɔtenko a e-levy ne yɛ sɛ yɛ income tax o sɛ yɛ value added tax o sɛ yɛ excise tax o sɛ ɛyɛ production tax o sɛ yɛ sales tax o yɛ nimu meanwhile yɛnim so sɛ wopɛ sɛ wode toɔ ɛba yɛwɔ the abroni friend prerequisites of taxation nneɛma bi a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛyɛ present ne di adanseɛ ɛwɔ saa tax ne ho no wohwɛ e-levy nhyehyɛe no a saa nneɛma no bi nyinaa ɛni ho na wobɛbisa ho sɛ tax one sɛ wopɛ sɛ introduce tax bi a ɛwɔ sɛ tax no there should be the issue of equality sɛ wotua means metua yɛn nyinaa yɛni adeɛ pɔten a yɛtua ɛnɛ sɛ meno yɛwura dwa mu menu nyinaa akɔ na sɛ bosome tua yɛn ka na wogye wo deɛ de hyɛ wo bɔtɔm na memɛgye me deɛ na mede gu sɛbe me telephone so anaa manom atorofoɔ so deɛ ɛfrɛ no e-wallet ne so a na sɛ adeɛ kye na menu nyinaa akɔkyɔ ba a sɛ yɛkɔpɛ aduane adi na wo decide sɛ woyi sika afi wo bɔtɔm a wobɛtua wodie straight me nso so mentumi ntua me medie straight nti meyɛ fi me mobile phone so na mede atua meyɛ sɛ meyi no aban agye me sika but wa woyi sika no fi wo bɔtɔm no aban angye wo hwee clearly no nsisie aba mu so the principle of equality ɛyɛ defeated. 2 predictability. I should be able to predict a dear potential tax here and meet here. Meno Casena because it means income tax and I say value added tax and our tax potential being and a meet here. And a three, you tax production or taxing me and I'm did you maybe you don't tax capital. Sabe me sika me dread here me kitama yen tax no. It is a me dread here at my bank. Na se me about to me phone so. Na me dia ebiju me die for fra or taxing the capital. You end up having multiple taxation. And then you can say e-levy ne die. Na da braka enye tax papa ye tua eye. Ye toss me no se me tua to ama wa. E wo se me humpum so. And then niama potin a o de me tax eye. Me na wo ka say aban yi ba yi. E bosia nko a wa bo over 300 and something billion. And then your public debt 340 or so billion. A year 83% of GDP. Now, baby, I will say, Sikado Dona then on the year. O share your balance sheet this way. A Canada Dona into recurrent expenditure, not even into capital expenditure. Into no say, Sikado do ya oji, where you find BA in Juma man Bebuno. Sikado do ya oji, oil revenue from 3 oil fields, where you find creative education, infrastructure, health infrastructure. Juma employment in Nema Alma and Bebuna. Now 6 billion in a bit near creative said Mariana. Or Sanche clearly no, and yet profitable. And I yet means na abaya sem so and fentwana mubia magana enya so far so. And then the guys ask for e-levy in the year. Okay. A tutubotomu tax. A chronobo. Was that share revenue leakages or no more? And the catastrophe and the prayer coswa. Okay. Last year in Kwame Ghana, LUC 12 billion. who compares our 12 billion you see through the revenue leakage, it's the corruption. So buying them any abre pass up so yes, cannot do media. I did not resort to say or better check his our revenue leakages. No user says he cannot FND Jumedia between 12 billion and 6 billion then and also. The other issues so government size. I buy over 100 and something ministers.
Okay.
Sika here you spend it on traveling for buying officials any of my penina muno and the private jets offer on the sabi then crop for home. Anyhow, more abuse state resources. So you're cutting down government expenditure. You may not enough money at their fund the deficits are away in budget this summer. And the last issue the extractive sector. It is 11 years the lazy man's approach to taxation. It is an easy way for them say taxi sika because they are not thinking and reasoning outside the box. Now sabi money be quite the DNA being by ya sign the become hobby. O krambo be 10. Now 8 quite omba ya 2 na can be on some quite.
Commander Opache
sabi oba ye create adwuma man be bunu bia. O say digitization. Digitization no. All of a sudden tax digitization processes no. What then are you doing? Say businesses are almost depending heavily on digitization. And what is likely to happen is that if they go on like this, people will stop using more money and them numbers on tax now. So revenue no share the crown, they may not end up getting it.
Your own network no happen, but I believe say a bit me it's not me person me bamu kakra and say
if
I say Commander Otemeka.
Meton can say make me a call off now my samba so I can connect to Wi-Fi. My baby do.
You can do that. You can do that quickly. Yeah. It is right. The whole so I know at the sa 11 eba. Baji mumu sika. Ana Manda HSA, you in your other component of tax in that day. Meramuno ukosha sa tax winner. Say your income tax, say your capital tax, say your debi and debi tax, say we no emeramuno ukosha emra the jetta. Who baby potting out with the 11 bedding say. Internal kyerɛ yɛn sɛ wɔ hɔ a ɔmo nkyerɛ yɛn deɛ ɔmo de tax no ayɛ den yɛnhu deɛ tax a yɛtua no bebrebe no aban no de ayɛ na yɛn bɛsi aban wɔ yɛabɔ ɛne tax sika bɛdi ne nsɛm ɛna wɔkyerɛ sɛ aban no sikadie ɛna ɔyɛ mismanagement ɛno nti na ama ndi wɔn so wɔn di 11 ba question ya me pese mbusa commander ne sɛ commander yɛ ka say ɛne di commander bi na wɔn pese wɔn yɛ ma Ghana sesa ɛno nti no 11 no ɛna ɛbɛboa ma Ghana asesa number 1 enye nyuma nkwa na wɔn bɛ create wɔn bɛ yɛ akwan akɛse wɔn aka ba 20 interchanges wɔn bɛ yɛ almost be supporting entrepreneurs. Be fighting cyber security. And in Niama Bebre, Niama Cassian almost 11 baby. And not as 11 by transforming Ghana. I didn't NDC for most say. Sir 11 in ye. And no Montias and DNA. Almost some back would say. NDC for young person a banny by young to Yuma Ghana for. And also so just our Monsem kind of saying.
It's been named the 2 Ken Oforiata and then the MPP Amanyoko and Efo. And I mean him the 2 Mahmoud Baomiani Akufo-Addo and so forth. Share won't me and find contompo and chechere on my money. Offer budget statement now offer budget estimates now.
Okay.
Almost estimate is 6 billion from the e-levy. A almost total budget estimate so. which is total revenue I'm expecting, including e-levy on Benyana, a little above 200 and 300 and something billion. Now we share debt your debt level 83% of GDP. The total GDP near about 360 billion. Omu 83% womu akwa kutia eka. They are left with only 17%. That 17% now they are left with. And no one will government revenue, government salary for government working.
Yeah,
it's not payments. I know what they are sign punctual no. And that ocean power with all this impono, they will still have to go and borrow to make up for the shortfall. It's clearly not a incontupo no mucha Ghana for say on the e-levy, eba bay development. Unless say the aye cannot air no crazy. Almost person pass the e-levy no. Nobody yet in si home. And they are bringing friend collateral no. Nobody got 70 billion.
Another loan.
Nobody got the boss here. Aye no pen no ya omo betumi e dey 70 billion no. Aba be ye sabi. Someone friend try when no and as the canipo and come back into a current expenditure. But with the current budget estimates, any appropriation beyond that parliament, maybe any honor, some punctual no more cano, a feature woman. It's before. Omunja and Tronitra. You are saying, Omu school no, and a school no more, and then your man at not classroom. Before Kasa, Omu be with Omu school no.
Almost they have the men.
I don't move school dining, no. Omu pen a much be kind.
As I say, Commander.
Say, almost Cassati, almost penny in your sign. So, almost go school, Ubia go school. You boo school dying night. You almost pay and a answer will mutimu. But the number that's in our classroom, you need more capacity. So, you need him can for the other. At some school, acquiring the results, near level results, at the public domain, will be any results. I will ya would if you at some after A levels. It's a best room. They are not any intelligent than those of us on the side of the NDC. So money kasa sabi enye nsuo enegu timu no maba be two futuro egu ani say we cannot read and write based on omo figures no projections that omo they got to parliament no baby no man nsem ya omkeke ye wo mu nti ye futuro e no mo to egu Ghana fo ani omo njai sa baby amambo na
say ye futuro
baby amambo na do no ye hear honesty. So, former finance committee chairman of Parliament, Dr. Sibey Eboa, was it to crony messa or woman? So, 6 billion or more GFE levy, it cannot save them. Into our no, and the finance minister, and Kenra, or for food, I can't see the president say, you intra World Bank, now you know Mundi Como, and I intra IMF, now come on, a new Mundi. So, almost yet,
I so say. Yeah, Commander Patriotic, I buy so say. NDC for mo pese. I buy them for your home question. I am a facibium. And looking at more opposite 11. No, now say I buy them for 11 we am ba. Not just say, you better IMF. Na obi say. IMF for honor no, omoye a trefwa na say, omoye. Man boyful, and untina aba we susu se one fa 11 ma na che say IMF na ba na wasoko ma Ghana fo ne yetie fo anti bibia se anyanya bia IMF no mutu twatiri na so omo te was omo se oman and untina aguku fo na mamu se omo de omo nko hoda na emo mamu de 11 na bebe
odwen ho awon ti ase emra last year we are seeing na last year 2020 COVID about doubling. Yes. IMP before could almost 2 billion IMF for no more. Into a whole year dollars. So whole year and come no more. IMF in year no mobile year NDC for your IMF and we who did no. Mobile year that program they end and more extending for another 2 years about what's name. Edgy Husika, edgy close to $300 or $400 million. That support more a budget. In the year, sabi at the end of the year, if Diana year would fruits if Diana soba.
Yo.
So the Dia we see we
quiet in the ma.
Which you cocoa within
Uh-huh.
What's I say? It's
Mm,
cocoa no. COVID by an OKG 2 billion or no.
Okojibi.
Yeah, name the other says can yeah, OKG. But then you turn around and you condemn the IMF. Akufo-Addo, then the MPP. A word to the wise.
Listen now. Enti commander, yɛhwɛ ne sei no. Na afei deɛ yɛhwɛ mmabunu no. Sɛ Abakufoɔ a yɛhu sɛ yɛ ɔmampani de aba abɛtoɔ sɛ Ilevi yi yɛyɛ ne dan wate sɛ amanfoɔ di ho nkɔmmɔ ɛne adeade ɔno no deɛ yɛ ade pa. Enti nkɔmmɔdi a me ne Ghanafoɔ nyinaa di na sɛ ni sɛ no ɛyɛ unnecessary. Enti at all cost ɔmmɛpaase. Sɛ yɛwura Akufo-Addo ne MPP fa kwati kwan bia so ɛpaase saa Ilevi ya. Commander, ensunsuanso bɛn na ebenya wɔ Ghana so etitiriw Ghana mmabunu asambre ɔmani ayɛ hantu bebree nya dwuma amanfoɔ ɛde ɔmo sika kakra akɔhyɛ business mu a ɛgya online businesses ne ade na ɛboa ɔmo yi sɛ Ilevi aban yi gye to mu a sɛ kyinkyin a ɔbɛpaase a ensunsuanso bɛn na ebenya wɔ Ghanafoɔ so ne titiriw mmabunu.
According to Aban Nankasa, and the projections are why.
Okay.
Even though you're no crazy to say with the introduction of e-levy, 20 to 25% of people who trade electronically, on the projection, and he was being economical with the truth. So, acknowledge say 25%. Ebejai,
25%.
Because of yes. Say 60% in a big because chain no nipa here depending on electronic transactions. Edi juma. Abayin fe juma mbaye. Yesu enye bi ama wase a membo ne kro no. Wa won fe juma mbaye. Mebunu ya create innovations other entrepreneurs. Our we use digitization.
Yes.
And fintech. Ye juma. No more trading. Yanka say adwuma no mo ye no say uye anything productive unya mfaso e was buying tax. But e-levy no the teacher and say it will be taxing capital and it will be putting a lot of people out of business, especially mobile money operators here omo scattered all over the country. Adwuma ni honti no omo resorting to no as adwuma no. The more people go there and transact and omo daily bread. Once the numbers reduce non-profit transactions now, or more revenue, no more coming to it will put many more out of business. Into no magasa, a forming coalition, or more the petition, a codying speaker. No. But Peter, I can assure you that in the coming days, Ghana branch here, led by the NDC, the better ya bonte, ya you each records here, ya tunidi yen demonstration. Ya Akufo-Addo na buy a yen from so. Na sabi omofa kweti kwan bi so na mo pass e-levy na the betting test you call actual mo ya mo mati asese
commander
emfa yen sekan entwa nanka
opa chese ugina today Ghana News TV so na waka kire Ghana mabunu nyina ba bia obia ne Ghana fo nyina se yewura Akufo-Addo ne na aban ansuro nyame ne omo pass sa e-levy ya NDC yewura Opariado ye mabunu ba no dafo ebe lead Ghana fo mabunu ma ye demonstration
ye demonstration aye oyi kire kese ni atinte su kokko akire Akufo-Addo na aban yi e-levy ne de ye ntua ne ye ntua no chena ofa Ghana fa na ba bia Ghana this year say e-levy no more support it.
Okay,
it is not just the NDC. Ghana this year na say e-levy na ye kronobo omo fa kweti kwan so SCCA edi en segui echi edi en 6 adane ye 9 ye ntua ne na ye ntua no chena nti ye betie sigwem na ya yo yikire kese ye da kire ne say ye mfo awe so we intend to do a nationwide protest across the 60 regions of this country. To tell Akufo-Addo say the good people of this country, the young people of this country are not happy with this kind of governance and that we demand better. Social contract now, and then they sign it. The promise was that he was going to give us a better Ghana, I'm promising a bitter Ghana. Today, we are experiencing a bitter Ghana based on an mismanagement of the economy. Now, we are not going to pay for his mismanagement. And the pay for now, the ministers, no, and then our buying penny for no. We are not going to be accountable for Chronobo. And the Ketasise, I cost one our buying, no. And this you profligate expenditure now in care, no. We, the people of this country, will not pay for that. So, your revenue, at the Buomana, on making sure, say, obey silly loopholes now. And it's our corruption now, cost one our buying, no, or better. No, any munagasa, no, we cut it down. The presidency, no, expenditure now, no. And it's our profligate expenditure and not a private jet or see any shower or aircraft, no. All those are costs we don't have to incur. If over 6 months, we incur a cost of almost 6 million on a private jet, maybe in 4 years, how much money are you, how much more cost and we incur to it? So we are not going to pay for that lifestyle. No.
Opache say, Omampenya Kufuado promising a better Ghana, but we are experiencing better Ghana.
Certainly. And then, Obibiara out to Ghana Hanomo. Even people who supported the Kufuado are disappointed. And I can assure you that Kufuado will go into the history books of this country as the worst leader Ghana ever elected. And Kufuado will be the worst leader Ghana ever elected. Or going into the history books of Ghana as the worst leader Ghana ever elected.
I do show boy in one seminar, can commander.
Hey, showboy.
He's living
living a childhood fantasies. And we say his old age orgies and I will leave it. Kufuado has acted in a manner or Magana Fuyin answers him. The goodwill Kufuado enjoyed the right to Abamano. No Ghanaian president ever enjoyed that goodwill. The amount of revenue Kufuado buy when you know. No Ghanaian leader and then revenue, you know.
Yes.
But his performance has been abysmal. She knew no more between the ones that Kufuado buy 4 years, apart from free SHS. And then Menoka say our whole education system from basic school all the way to the university is in a mess. In the coming days, say you take for strike here and resolve here. It means that the universities will have to be shut down. Clearly, this is not the mark of the leader. Apart from that, your sister basic schools curriculum 4 years. Textbooks I say the children kodana there. 4 years down the line, Akodawa class 1 curriculum in Koye. Akodawa class 2 Onibi. Into because the dear parent teachers there. As if that is not enough. Okofa incompetent education minister or buy term system I running. We decided about is that term system. No, now is that term system across semester system. Stakeholders now a general command anywhere that is the teacher associations. No, where Hunyans say it was a consortium. No agree because I'm not be no. Only for you to introduce the semester system without recourse to Oma matter the most no. And then you come and do that, and after 2 days you come back and say what's the system? No, Menoka say almost every statutory fund that what's up by releasing their arrears. Health insurance fund is in arrears over 8 months near hospitals and then subtle cash and carry is back in almost all our hospitals. We are in our hospital now crowd insurance card will be a crime because I buy the almost 1 year to mean Menoka say common fund is in arrears. Get fund, one more get fund. I mean, no developments are going on in our schools, in our universities, and then in our tertiary institutions. Are they? What crime have we committed? So much for competence. These are the competent people now. No, they have totally mismanaged our economy. Mahmoud Bawumia, he left the assembly. What's Mahmoud Bawumia another? Mahmoud Bawumia be catcher and say, the Galacticos of economic management. Ebe catcher and say, our Galacticos of economic management. The so-called competent economic management team, no, they have run the Ghanaian economy into a ditch. These are the men.
Commander, me pacho pause me back. The asema weekend. Anako ha me pese wuntie sa video yi. Na or the old cars, or they have them, man. You two and the father can near tear about that's economic management here. It's producer my first video, no, now, you fan compare the commander aircane.
There's a Munya video on move. Munya video on move. Now, Munji Mingi. I'm in Samu for Tumino and Samu Samu Quade. Me one nipa and Mamani and Ma. Bawumia no me one yakendra. Chamateno Moa, Eba Buame, and Che Ghana and Niban Dani. The mother face of our country is going to change. It is going to change. And we're going to bring back progress and prosperity to our country.
It's commander, so who president that woman for your kind, no. What's it about Womiamo? Or the sister or man any better than it. Yet is somebody or man any Dandiano, and one policy bag 11. So they have the man, and I'm a boy.
Mesha alata fosi ni bia na omoye nkrofo scan mugu na sanya na on my penny kaza we have the men move to me na mama no sa pepe na na papa na kasa movie ni mana obeso different broni bi no catch the broni ne say Nigeria airport ni na ye ne dia say broni na ready on your transfer sicker into accounts ni mu. The biggest camp perpetrated on the people of Ghana is the campaign that Akufo-Addo and Mahmoud Bawumia ran in 2016, creating a false impression of themselves. When a third-class economic student like Nana Addo Dankwa, knowing very well, say he does not
also
have
a third-class economic student. Young
when
president.
he knows very well, say he does not have the capacity to run Ghana. I'm a branded no, and I'm a ton no, a scam Ghana for, and I'm imposing Akufo-Addo 2 years so, and that is the result of what we are seeing today. Every sector of our public life is a mess. Yeah, healthcare. So that's my men who call you fast Sputnik. COVID abani kunkumi ekoto edrubre and yefasa ya no ati unchobo. Okay. You may be a remember people for be a job to unchobo. Or my penini muna teachable. A video my penini muna disika. And these are the men
commander
they have.
The men are my men. Yewra Akufo-Addo amamo ne mpanifo no mo twobotiefoɔ ana
ase Sputnik amra COVID by you are seeing agree say you talk COVID vaccine beyond a certain price at the committee no report here who are you until your moka as my men in the Sputnik for you until your monka ejuma ben pa na MPP for you omo buy your monthly uchobo COVID up to date me the COVID funds about it so Auditor General said you lose 12 billion from corruption. Corruption perception index. And so John Mohammed's West Akufo-Addo's best. This is the kind of man I Ghana saw. Corrupt, dishonest, incompetent, and incorrigible. Omo and Ghana as well as Ghana my. And I make us say
Akufo-Addo Yanhwe saa video na wo de say no so we ye ba wo mia so de ono so kan because they all can na ase wo belittle omo but omo was squadron etu de ye ntie squadron na omo di bu man na say de ye wura ba wo mia de ebo boss no producer my second video no na because the commander
management team, it is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akotose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? I'm sure they themselves cannot remember who their economic management team was. Kukurudu, Fellow Kukrudites, we were elected to fix the problems, and I'm glad to report that we are fixing the problems and we are putting in place the policies that will drive the economic transformation of this country.
Fantastic team.
Excuse my language, very, very useless team based on the economic performance of the Ghana and Yama. What is fantastic about this team? Empty barrels make the most noise. They didn't quite on looking at the performance of the economy. What is fantastic about this team? This is a very lousy, empty team. Running Ghana into.
What team? What a team! Orion was remember the NDC economic management team. Now the question will be asked again. We have the men, Ken Oforiata, Minister Yawasa for Malfo, Alan Kojo Tramante. What a team! That team, no Samre, no, you I am debt to GDP 80%, Zamri.
83.8%, almost 84%. You know, that is a fantastic team we have. They are fantastic at corruption.
Fantastic team, no.
What a fantastically corrupt. They are fantastically corrupt.
Oh, Commander Nyabatre.
They say
Vice
they are
President say fantastic team. No, what's
they are fantastically corrupt. They are fantastically incompetent. They are fantastically dishonest. Keep on course for. That is what we have today.
Keep on course for. What they are saying?
Tiwi for. Tiwi. Where they hate Team B, Team C, Team D.
They have the men. They
Team
have
F.
the men.
Now the current economic performance, we teach any now Makioma, F. So much for having the men.
Wow.
So much.
I can't get two main issues. Back to the youth aspect. Patience Nyakun or Hamburg or Simi Musa say, you love you now, money and yet. And so I buy this 1 year, Sikati, I Juma. It is a year this year. What will be our patience Nyakun or Simi Shada Musa?
So if the NDC is in power, we will look at the extractive industry if we need to raise revenue and tax the extractive industry to get the requisite revenue now. So yeah, we're innovative ways, sir. And they be running Ghana, not Ghana at Tumpon, not Afan into my part Efra.
Wow.
You know, catch and say, if we are looking for revenue, where we introduce ESLA, and run else here levies, and there's a energy sector debt.
Yeah,
the ESLA by ESLA was an innovative way of raising revenue, and ESLA was for a certain period of time.
Okay.
And then Krofwe by you might be increased ESLA on my
I'm say Commander Ahumano Esa Atwin home. Now or your reconnection.
And then set up infrastructure fund. Then if the days we about the main reason why I set up heritage fund, stabilization fund, and infrastructure fund, no, under President Mama, no. Then if the days we about you have situations like COVID. It is a COVID days nearby, and I afferent in between will fall on the stabilization fund. A Kufa by near over 1 billion at the stabilization fund. COVID by free water, free electricity, no. Sika John Mama Jatu Honomo, and obey you see. If not for the vision of President John Dramani Mahama, I can COVID Ghana by day. All the hospitals that were used to fight COVID. Sika, they supported COVID. Ni na ye niema John Mahama to Honomo, because no vision. Don't him say Debbie Beba, Sadano, Sabi, ye nya sa holding and ye wono. It's mean ye be being 2 Honomo, the Sadan Neba. And that is what they depended on. Heritage fund I did 200. Mama buy, I'm saying for mom no mundi. I'm buying over 1 billion infrastructure fund. Man, yes, he cannot turn him say, yeah, the infrastructure development. And the Bian Baco Bobo says about the car coin. So we're putting money down from your oil revenue in the infrastructure fund. Says you can buy a mother be yearly. It's almost there. And then infrastructure fund, she can't say any them. Stabilization fund, she can't say any them. These are the competent people Ghanaians voted to manage the affairs of this country. They are total failure. And the way to go is that we will look at other innovative ways. Yeah, maybe say some economic transactions should be taxed. Sabi, business online, government should be able to segregate them. No more tax. But the end of the transaction, they send this cash, you can't trade it and here. So may turn at the phone so and now electronically. As a business I've registered. I'll start buying the payways that's what taxing me. For instance, Facebook. Why don't we have a server for Facebook here near monitor transactions somewhere so that they can pay revenue to government? Because they are doing business. Twitter and all the Instagram name. Government should be able to plug in and find out how much revenue our more generator or more now tax you more. And these are innovative things the government of the NDC, led by John Mahama, the extractive industry, oil industry, gold industry, revenue model. We need to change the laws and make sure say you better tax more. How much revenue are we getting out of our gold? There is so much money to be made in the extractive industry. So when you are looking for money, look at the hard way. Sit down, think through policies. A bit now you between so far so. And you say we hear me 100 cities, we the 300 cities. No send it 200 money. What's your 100 cities in or tax? Who taxes capital? Now tax capital like this coming a bediga.
Yes.
Capital ne show bottom now. Offended you may be ano. The second show bottom now. I buy which I'm a culture so about the tax. Me dream who I'm in Tiasia. As for E-levy, me in Tiasia ne and I'm in Tiasia.
Okay. Honorable Commander, at their town hall meeting, a lady asked a fantastic question, but unfortunately, they didn't answer her. I was so sad. Her question was, and I will put it in a way, if NDC is in power, and then we'll consider that. Or say, according to government, the telcos now on marketers are platformer, you timidly send this or more income level, I can see. Not just a platform, no why you're there. Ama sa enyumakwe enye sika more. Enti let no example say or send 1,000 a money ma me send ma mi fanko ya dia. Say or person ma mi enyi 1,000 le correcta or send ya also what the 10 cedis eto actually because okoya ye beje the 10 cedis. Ana ono so send no ye beje the 10 cedis for sending. That is at the end of the day telco ni benya 20 cedis. Yenim say telco for no etua tax e de mabai. Enti lady no na question is say aban na hu say telco for no fa so cost ro de a. And yes back to back profits na telco for no enya no. Government should rather increase their tax on that. Said the beya omo benya omo emphasis ho rather than say oba be fa just say obeje yen so yesika ne because and I was just analyzing telco for ne say omo say telco for no omo ne omo akoye negotiation and a telco for ne say omo say omo profit ne so by 25% or something. So my question was, so why don't government take that 25% and can a profit? They will continue paying the one CD back and then one CD upfront. So we can save the ordinary Ghanaian from extra taxation. Because you maybe who say oh fair trace about the Jimmy Missikawa because it's because of the platform. Oma creative telcos no because of the platform now Oma creating now between send this ikama obi ekogu obi phone so no enunti na omo je me charges ana charges na omo so omo je na adwuma omo ye nti no omo tua ho tax e de ma aban enti aban ni nyina so ben no de ba beje me so me sika ne bi Why better make you my service charges? No? It doesn't make sense. And I saw sense in what the lady was asking. They said, send your better there. Profit now, companies ninya who is almost profit no. Increase your taxes on that. Rather than coming to take me another money.
And I mean, and one
Policy
Peter, it's the same thing we are saying. Tax the extractive industries more, tax the service providers more.
Yes.
Get Facebook, WhatsApp, all the platforms of advertising, get all of them, get into their service, do an audit of how much they are making of the country, and tax all of them.
Fantastic.
It is just a lazy man's approach. They are refusing to think outside the box. They just want to sit down idle and take easy ways of taking money from people. And that is what the MPN and I MPN. So as for e-levy, I can assure you.
Coming. Okay. For our last but one, I want you to reiterate this in English content for some of our viewers in the Europe and then other countries to get it clear from the National Youth Organizer of the NDC that should this government go ahead to pass this e-levy, what did you say will be the next step of the NDC youth wing? We want you to reiterate your point.
It's not just the youth wing of the NDC, but the good people of this country. Good people of this country. Any attempt by this government to forcibly pass the e-levy through means of intimidation, arresting of our MPs, citing them for contempt, using criminal prosecutions to take them out of parliament. Any means that they try to use that we believe that does not meet what the Constitution requires of them, we will resist it and we will make sure that we march into the streets. But in the coming days, next week, the good people of this country, led by the NDC, will be out in the streets of Accra protesting. We want to do a nationwide protest to tell this government that we are not in support of the e-levy. We don't intend to pay those taxes. It is a tax that is criminal. It is a tax that we don't know how to classify. It is a tax that cannot be accepted by these people, by the people of this country. And all we are asking Akufo-Addo and his government to do is we support taxation. Look for better, innovative ways of taxing us. And when you do tax us, make sure that the money is put to good use. Don't tax us and expend it on unnecessary things. Don't tax us and expend it on yourself, your family and friends by throwing lavish parties and flying and living exorbitant lifestyles. That we will not accept. Tax the good people of this country and use the money judiciously. Let us see our tax money being put to work. I don't want to see my tax money being put into an aircraft and being parked on the tarmac with the engines running, waiting for our president to jet off. That is not why I pay taxes. I don't want to see my tax being given to some ministers of state to be buying flashy cars for themselves and the people of their household. I don't want to see my taxes being expended on irrelevant things that do not help the development of this country. I want to see my taxes being put to use by building of good roads, by building of good schools, by providing the prerequisite for our children to stay and remain in school, by making sure lecturers are paid well and Ghanaian workers are paid well. That is why I pay taxes. And like this guy put it, what is his name? Asan Kuma, I work like a bull and I expect to see my taxes being paid, being put to use. We all work like bulls today. We want to see our taxes being put to good use, not some flamboyant lifestyle of a president that should be fueled by the innocent taxpayer. That we will not accept. In the coming days, we'll be out in the streets. Once we hit the streets, we expect every well-meaning Ghanaian who has Ghana at heart, who loves Ghana and wants to see a better Ghana, not the bitter Ghana that we are experiencing. Come out, join us, and let's tell this government enough is enough. It is time for it to sit up. It is time for them to do the right things. It is time for them to make sure that the promises that were made to us are delivered. We demand justice. We demand a good governance system that will help put our country in the perspective that we all want to see it.
Fantastic one from the National Youth Organizer of the NDC. So, according to the National Youth Organizer of the NDC, soon to come, very soon, that some few days or weeks to come, there's going to be a
Not
nationwide
weeks. By next
demonstration.
week, we'll be hitting the street.
Next week, so specifically next week, there's
Next
going to
week.
be a
Tomorrow,
nationwide
we will serve the
demonstration.
police the letter. Tomorrow,
Fantastic.
we will serve the letter to the police. And once the service is done, we have 5 days. And mind you, it is not for the police to give us permission. It is for us to notify them that we are embarking on this demonstration. And that demonstration will work upon.
Fantastic. So next week specifically, there's going to be a nationwide demonstration against e-levy. So every Ghanaian everywhere, you have to be part of this demonstration if only you don't support this e-levy to be passed. So this is a good call. And then NDC are on my show. We are solely behind this call by the National Youth Organizer of the NDC. In fact, we have to resist this with all that it takes. For me, I have said that this will be the biggest scam in our political history. The biggest scam in our political history.
I agree perfectly. If we allow it, Ghana will
for
be
you to tell me that 7 billion Ghana cedis is what is going 400 billion Ghana cedis revenue in 4 years. So that is from the National Youth Organizer of the NDC. Commander Yeda Sisa Yaba. Yede Yambre no Eko na Yede Yesie no Yepe NDC etio. NDC emebunu. Pese omunya some assurance from the commander of the youth wing of the NDC. Say Samre no yenim se party ne organization say contest beba so amanfo be contest mo be contest no democratically ekwanda ho, but as it stands now, legally you are the commander-in-chief of the NDC youth wing. What is the assurance opesa ode ma emebunu going into 2024? O final comment to the NDC youth wing omo mutie o Ghana and across the globe edien arehemu nsem na ade beka akere omo ene the omo hwe ani mu hyehyɛ foforo wo ede begu akwan mu a you urge everybody to rally behind you.
the kind and support and we'll still continue to ask for their support, their prayers, and everything they can do between their support here. I mean, they achieve and vision say we will return the NDC back to power. My assurances to them is that the youth wing is in very competent hands. Myself and my deputies, including my regional commanders, are people who are very capable. We exhibited us in the 2020 elections. We showed the way, we showed our commitment, and we fought hard to bring victories to most of our constituencies, including the presidential elections that the verdict was stolen from us. We have learned lessons the hard way, and we can assure the people of this country that what happened in 2020, ballot boxes being snatched, ballot boxes not getting to their various collation centers, police brutalities, military brutalities, and the kind of atrocities that were meted out to innocent citizens of this country. Going forward, the youth wing and the National Democratic Congress will take the necessary steps. If the police fails to punish all perpetrators of the crimes that were committed and the killings that happened during the 2020 elections, we will not go to polling stations and return back in body bags. Whatever it takes to protect ourselves at various polling stations in the 2024 elections, we will do it. Because we've been told in clear letters, in capital letters, that the Ghana police, the Ghana army cannot be trusted under this Akufo-Addo Mahmoud Bawumia government when it comes to election matters. We saw what happened in Ayawaso West Wugon. We saw what happened in Techiman South. We saw what happened in Ablekuma Central. And we also saw what happened in the 2020 elections. Never again are we going to allow those incidents occur. And never again are we going to allow any innocent Ghanaian life be lost at any polling station. Whatever we have to do, we will do it to make sure life and properties are protected within the remits of the laws of this country.
Fantastic one from the National Youth Organizer of the NDC. Whatever we need to do, we will do it to protect lives and properties of this country. Commander, you better say pass your two and suffer no unya daje and then a busy day for you. How you manage to even respond to us at the early stages, and we really appreciate your time so much. Moving on, no, there are so many initiatives party no, and I said the youth wing, so in due time, and I said when necessary be no, you better and afro na enchirichirimu ahodoɔ a wɔse yɛnya na sɛ mmabunu no enya yɛhu adwumaso a moyɛ wɔ youth wing. Sometimes nneɛma no bebree wɔ hɔ a moyɛ na ɛwɔ underground, moyɛ ɛwɔ grounds na amanfoɔ ehu sɛ moyɛ wɔ grounds, but ɛyɛ na ɛmba the limelight ɛma amanfoɔ hu sɛ oh say na moyɛ deɛ ɛkɔ so nie. So that was why some people were even asking what is the essence of this outrage amoye amanfoɔ nim. But when opportunity is given, now at least more explaining some of the things more eboa ema amanfo and I say party members no follow mo. Enti no ye beda se pa say ye tonsa efre no commander woje ebre edema ye nyame ya adoma ye nim se ebre pam no ye besa atonsa afro bio ye da say
Antimini apita mesme da mas nyame nshra.
Okay, so that is the National Youth Organizer of the NDC, George Opare Ado, lawyer George Ado. Aka yen 10 minutes now. Yeah, just 10 minutes. Now, producer video way, and then I made a cat just some near the cattle. Now, I want everybody to listen. Producer boss video way, your last video. Video way. Now, Masama a chat about this 11. Then we close. Producer above
you and that we should not tax mobile money because mobile money transactions, a lot of the people who are using these transactions are very poor people. My view and that we should not tax mobile money because mobile money transactions, a lot of the people who are using these transactions are very poor people.
Okay. Ghana for Martin. We are the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Osanso the chairman of the economic management team. Nasema Okaye in 2020. Ghana for Mountain ye, me beka sembi. Or say, any kwan say ye taxi mobile money. Because ni padodwa omo use mobile money no aye poor people. This was the principle ayewura Bawumia na okura in 2020. Ene so why you turn on you si ye bu afane so aye hu ene ye di 11 ba abane di ne se to me koso to me ma say ya ma kwan ama 11 am passia na chese mpuntu nyuma bia ma 11 no so ya ade a ye begege ehifu esika enti Bawumia asema wo aye 20 and then na ban aye U10 ebege 11 no. I want to give you a gist for some time now. Bawumia wayedi Yewura Bawumia wayedi Onkasa, why is he knocking? Calling on him to remember his principle, to remember his own message. Say mobile money they need to see a taxi because a here for do and they use mobile money. Where is Bawumia? Where is Bawumia? We have to be calling on him. And we have to be asking this on our various social media platform. Where is Bawumia? More Twitter, more YouTube, more Facebook. We should be asking the question, where is Bawumia? He has been silent for some time now. Why is he quiet? Has he run away from his principle? The principle that for the do and the war a yusumomo a do got taxia or the problem, Baba. We are calling on Bawumia. We are calling on him to speak on this. He has not been speaking on e-levy. What is happening? Is there something under the carpet that we need to know? Let's call on him. Let's call on him. When I am on show, NDC at the Bremo. The NDC hour, every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Yes, no crano yebeka. Yebe matima mufuadi yeno yebeka. Enti mini nuanom yate yan was your Forum for Development and Accountable Governance. Ya ye Bora market, ye co market. This week mobati yanka the 2020 edition of market engagement. Our market engagement, our trotro station engagement, our ghetto engagement by Forum for Development and Accountable Governance. Mobati mini akojo lankwa de lali se okona yelemu ye betiesi me say ansa na ye wura kufuwa do behunu se obesuro nyame na watwe sa e-levy we atonten ye na ewo kroma mu bia dabi. We have to hit the grounds. Me say this will be the biggest scam in our political history, this e-levy, if allowed to pass and as allowed to go through. Let's come together and resist this with all that it takes. Erama say, sir, munya bre, moje bre, na mo tie, na mo share. MyShow, you may dear, mo share wo. Germany, you mo share wo. South Africa, mo share wo. Holland, Italy, Spain, Norway, all the European countries. The beer, mo share wo. US, mo share wo. Ghana, afana be on the various social media handle. Erama say, sir, mo koswa. Na patience, you must our back. Yes, my back for good. Now you fire for fire. Special editions for 2022. Just watch out. 2022. Next week, yeah, the market engagement. Everybody, MyShow, so you can't miss it. Next week, yeah, the market engagement. Everybody, MyShow, so how the market women are reacting towards this obnoxious e-levy. Watch out. Next week, you can't miss it. Next week, you can't miss it. So, Yedama say, Sir Mokoswa, Minya Bennett, Medawa say, Sir Mokoswa, Namoshe MyShow, Nyame ya Doma said, Mekai. Next week, you know, so a special edition. Any the background production team, you are said, Edano, Yedamunina Ase, said the Bia Moboye. Nyame ya Doma next week, Ebishia. Shalom.
Eja Suzuza Arise for Ghana, a patron of the land, forward and seek your future, development our God. From beach